The road to Red Hollow was supposed to be an adventure, not a warning. Ryan had sold us the trip like it was a rite of passage. "One last blast before finals," he'd said, grinning through the cigarette smoke curling from the passenger seat. "No signal, no professors, no bullshit. Just us and the woods." There were 5 of us crammed into his beat-up Jeep that Friday afternoon. Me, Ryan, Jess, Theo, and Claire. We'd stocked the trunk with cheap beer, trail mix, and enough instant noodles to last a weekend. By the time we reached the park gate, the sun was already bleeding into the treetops. The ranger station was closed. A laminated sign on the door read, "Notice, Campground 4 closed for renovation. Trail restrictions in effect." Ryan ignored it, of course. "Renovation," he snorted. "How do you even renovate a forest?" He drove past the barricade anyway, gravel crunching under the tires as the road narrowed to a dirt track. That was mistake number 1. We started hiking just before dusk. The woods were quiet, too quiet, the kind of silence that presses in on you like thick glass. The trail markers disappeared within the first hour. My phone lost service 20 minutes later. "Don't worry," Ryan said, waving his GPS tracker. "We're fine." I got us. But by the time the moon came up, we were no longer sure which direction led back to the car. The path split and rejoined itself in strange ways, as if the forest was folding inward. Every clearing looked like the last. When Jess finally shouted, "We're going in circles!" no one argued. That's when we found the campsite. At first, we thought it was luck. A small clearing by a creek, 3 tents arranged in a semicircle, a campfire still smoldering. The smoke curled lazily upward, catching in the branches. Someone had been there recently. There were plates still half full of food, a can of beans open beside a pocket knife, and a pair of shoes resting near a log. But no people, no footprints, no backpacks, no tire marks from an ATV or bike. "Maybe they went hiking," Claire suggested. Theo bent near the fire. "Still warm," he said. "Not by much, but definitely recent." Ryan grinned. "Looks like we found our spot." I felt a twinge of unease. "Shouldn't we wait for them to come back?" He shrugged. "If they do, we'll move." For now, this beats sleeping in the dirt. No one disagreed. By the time we'd set up our own tents beside the others, the forest had gone dark. We cooked ramen over the rekindled fire, joking to shake the tension. The woods crackled and sighed around us, branches swaying overhead. Still, something about the campsite didn't sit right. The 3 original tents looked staged, perfectly arranged. The stakes were driven in cleanly, the ropes taut. But there was no clutter. No stray socks, no wrappers, no footprints. Just precision. "Feels like a movie set," Jess murmured, running her hand over the smooth nylon. Claire's voice trembled slightly. "Then where's the cast?" Ryan rolled his eyes. "Jesus, you guys are paranoid." Theo stared at the fire. "No, she's right. Something's off. People don't just vanish mid-meal." Ryan took a swig from his beer. "Maybe Bigfoot came for dinner." We laughed. Too loud, too forced, and for a little while, it almost felt normal. But then the forest stopped. No crickets, no rustle of leaves, no distant hum of running water. Just stillness. I noticed it first when Jess's laughter died, mid-sentence. "Do you hear that?" she whispered. "What?" Ryan asked. "Exactly," she said. "Nothing." The silence pressed against my ears until it almost hurt. Then from somewhere behind the tents came a whisper. "We left because of you." The words were soft, barely human, like breath through hollow wood. Claire froze. "Who said that?" Theo stood, flashlight shaking in his hand. "Hey, whoever's screwing with us, it's not funny." No response. Then it came again, from a different direction this time. "We left because of you." The same voice, the same phrase, repeated, layered, circling us. Ryan grabbed a branch from the fire, holding it like a torch. "Come out!" The woods stayed black. The air felt heavy, thick with the smell of smoke and rot. Then, in an instant, the fire died. Every ember snuffed out, like someone had sucked the air from the clearing. We were swallowed by darkness. I don't remember how long we stood there, just the sound of our breathing. Then faintly, the whispers again, closer now, right at the edge of hearing. "We left because of you. We left because of you. We left." The repetition blurred into a single endless hum. Someone screamed. I think it was me. Then everything went black. When I opened my eyes, sunlight was spilling through the tent walls. For a second, I thought it had been a nightmare. Then I stepped outside. The other tents, our tents, were gone. The campfire pit was cold. No ashes, no cans, no packs. Just a clean, empty clearing. "Ryan?" I called. No answer. Then Jess stumbled out of the trees, hair tangled, eyes wide. "You need to see this," she said, voice shaking. We followed her to the creek. There, across the water, stood the same campsite. 3 tents, the same shape, the same layout. The fire still smoldering, the same plates of food. Ryan stepped forward slowly. "That's impossible." Theo picked up a stick and tossed it into the creek. The ripples reached the other side, but distorted, like they were moving through glass instead of water. Claire whispered, "Maybe it's a reflection?" But the campsite wasn't mirrored. It was reversed. The plates and tents swapped. Even the fork stuck in the plate faced the wrong way. Ryan stepped closer. "Maybe there's another clearing." A twin. Then he froze. There was writing in the ash near the fire pit. 5 names. Ours. And below them, in smeared black soot. "We left because of you. We ran." Every trail led back to the clearing. Every turn circled us around. By sunset, we were half crazed, covered in scratches, screaming for help that never came. As the shadows lengthened, we saw things between the trees. Shapes, moving just out of sight. When we stopped, they stopped. When we ran, they followed. Jess broke first. She dropped her pack and bolted into the woods, shouting, "I see the road!" Ryan went after her, only he came back. "Couldn't find her," he said, pale as bone. "She just vanished." That night we huddled by the fire again, too exhausted to speak. The whispering started earlier this time. "We left because of you." Ryan shouted back, "Why? What do you want from us?" The forest went silent, completely still. Then another voice answered. "To take our place." It sounded like Ryan, exactly like Ryan. Theo stood and pointed toward the trees. "There! Look, shapes were emerging from the dark. 5 of them, each one carrying faint, flickering light, like reflections seen underwater." The one in front stepped forward and my stomach dropped. It was me. Same clothes, same face, same terrified expression. Claire screamed. The sound shattered the stillness, and suddenly the copies were gone, vanished between the trees like smoke. Ryan dropped to his knees, shaking. "We're not leaving, are we?" No one answered. The fire burned low. The forest whispered. And somewhere beyond the trees, something whispered back, perfectly in sync with our breaths. I don't know how long it's been now. Days, maybe. Or the same day, over and over. Every time we wake, the campsite is waiting. 3 tents, warm food, fresh fire. Sometimes there are 5 tents, sometimes fewer. The whispers never stop, Sometimes I think I see the others sitting at the fire when I blink, burnt silhouettes with hollow faces, watching me. Sometimes they look just like us. Last night, Claire disappeared. Her tent was empty by morning. Theo doesn't speak anymore. He just sits by the fire, mouthing the same words, over and over. We left because of you. Ryan stopped eating 2 days ago. I found him by the creek this morning, staring across the water at the other side. The campsite was there again. But now the figures standing by the fire were waving. They looked happy. Ryan smiled back, then stepped into the water. He didn't make it to the other side. The ripples swallowed him whole. It's night again. The fire's nearly out. I can see the reflections waiting across the creek, shapes that look like me, sitting exactly where I'm sitting, mirroring every move. Their fire burns brighter. I think they're waiting for me to cross. Maybe that's what leaving means. Maybe they were trapped here too once. The whisper comes again, softer now, almost gentle. We left because of you. And in the silence that follows, I finally understand what it means. It isn't an accusation. It's an invitation.